Hello and welcome to the channel. Welcome here in Umoja. My name is Dennis Uhuru and yes, I'm still within Umoja. I know I said in the last video that I moved, but I moved just within the estate, so I'm still in Umoja. The intro is still intact. Another week has gone. It's nice to talk to you guys. How are you guys doing? I hope that you're still keeping on in this city, so that one day when we are old and gray, we can sit down, you know, over a glass of wine and toast these early formative years. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So, in today's video, of course, I'm going to show you guys the new house. I'm also going to tell you guys why I moved. And then, I'm also going to talk to you guys about where we are with the court matters. I think it's been a very long time since we talked about that. And then I'll also talk to you about a cat that has been hanging around my house, eating in my house, sleeping in my house. I don't even know its gender. I'm calling it Nyau, because I don't have time to investigate the merchandise of cats. I'm so busy with other things. But right now I'm ready to get breakfast. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm still thinking about it, but definitely some milk. And then we'll find out the escort. Check this out. Hi guys, so I'm back in the house with my milk. I just bought milk and bread. And look over here. That is Nyau, sat over there. That is the cat. I'll talk to you about the cat later on. But what I want to do is I want to make some breakfast. Let me make some breakfast and then we can talk some more.
I might be going crazy, I don't know what to do. My heart is screaming for you, babe. And what I'm trying to say is that you make the sky look blue, even when it is gray, babe. Every time I'm feeling down, you can make it go away. Your light is shining bright on me, got no reason to be afraid. You're glowing in the dark, you're glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. I feel it in my heart. You're glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. Yeah, you're glowing in the dark.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Welcome to breakfast, guys. Welcome to breakfast. Let me chew this very quickly.
Like a firefly, guide me out of the woods now. Oh, I think I lost my way, but got you to help me back. Tell me what I should do now. Every time.
So that's breakfast done, and let me talk to you about why I moved to this place. And then after that I can do a short house tour for you guys. So to understand why I moved to this place, I need to take you back just a little bit. And if you're wondering, I threw on a new shirt. Why did I move? About a month ago, I made a video on the channel called Learning to Ride a Motorbike. In that video, I talked about how where I was staying before had been purchased by a new landlord. So this is what happened. I moved there about June of last year, so I've been staying at that place for about 6-7 months. I've not done the math, but quite a while. So it's a court, and there are several apartment blocks in it. The apartment block I was staying in is the one that was purchased individually, right? When that happens, there is a handover. So the previous agent comes with the new landlord and informs every tenant in the apartment block that this is now your new landlord and this is how you will be paying rent. So that apartment block was purchased by a very nice old man. I met him only once, and to all intents and purposes, he appeared very kind, very nice. And he came with the, the agent we had before, just went around looking at the houses and then purchased the place. But then what happened is he gave it to his daughter to run. And his daughter moved into one of the houses. I know some of you may be wondering why there's a big lump of sand in front of my house. This one right here. and that new landlord has started a bit of repairs on a few houses that were unoccupied and in a bad state of affairs in this place. So one such house is a house just next to me, and it's a 2-bedroom house, and they've started doing repairs. My own place is 1 bedroom, but the one they're doing repairs on is going to be a 2-bedroom house, and yeah, that is why we have this sand here. I'm just hoping that when they are done with the repairs, I won't get mtu wa ufa. You guys know those neighbors that play very loud music on hoofers, eh? Most of the time they normally play reggae. I hate it. I really hate it. So yeah, I just hope that I get a very calm person who is fond of making chicken and is not averse to sharing his chicken with his neighbors. So in that video I talked about how I hoped that my new neighbor would not be someone who liked playing loud music, right? But then that is exactly what happened. I got a new neighbor who loved to play loud music. And unfortunately, it was the landlord's daughter. And when I say daughter, I don't mean a young lady. This is a grown woman, a grown woman maybe in her 40s or something. So she moved into that house next to me, and she loves to play loud music. Whenever that happened, because I work from home, I'd just go up to her door, you know, knock on the door and ask her to reduce the volume kindly because I work from home. I did that like 2 or 3 times, but then on 11th of April, which is the date on which I moved, in the morning she was playing very loud music. I walked up to her door as usual, knocked on the door and asked her to, you know, reduce the volume so that I could get some work done. She said I should move out, and at first she said, you know, move out on the 25th, and I was like, that is fine. On the 25th, if you give me back my deposit, I will just move out, that is okay. But then she went and sat back for a little bit and then came back and said, actually, I've changed my mind, I want you to move out today. Yeah, I wanted to move out today, and I was like, man, that's tough. It was about 9 in the morning, and I told her, well, it's okay. I've paid rent for this month, so if you give me back my rent, then I'll just move out. I didn't want any issues. I didn't want any issues. Actually, of course I know the law. I know that is not how the law works. I know that if a tenant wants somebody to move out of their property, they're supposed to give them a notice and all these things. I know all that. But yeah, I'm just wrapped up in so many things. So I just told her, you know, if you give me back my rent, you know, take away the 10 days that I've already stayed, and then you give me back my deposit, I will just move. And she went back to the house and and came with the money. This was a public thing, and it was in the, you know, court WhatsApp group, and other tenants were telling me, you know, where are you going to find a house right now? You know, you should not move. And I told them, well, I don't have a family. If I had a family, I'd pursue all those other avenues with the law and the housing tribunal and all those things. And since I don't have a family, well, I can move. So I walked around and started looking for a house. I walked around and found this house. Right guys, so let's do the house tour. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through the different rooms in this place. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. The rent is similar to the place I was staying previously. So I'll just walk you through the house and then maybe play a clip of the different rooms later on. So coming in through the door, this is the sitting room. Very spacious actually, yeah, as you can see. So over here to my immediate right, I have this shoe rack and a 100-liter water storage tank. I'll talk to you about the water situation later on. Right, and then to my left is the bathroom, also quite sizable. That is the bathroom. So I've placed my TV over there, and then I have my work table over there. So that is something I like about this new place, is that I'm able to have my office in the living room, as opposed to the previous house where my office was in the bedroom. Because of how this house has been designed, I've had to have my seat over here. It leaves me very little room to pass, but you know, needs must. So yeah, that is the living room and the bathroom, right? Let me show you guys the kitchen. You guys saw a little bit of the kitchen when I was making breakfast earlier. This is how it looks. Also very sizable. And then last but not least, the bedroom. All in all, that is the house. So let me play you a short clip without my handsome face in it of the house, so that you guys have a better idea of how it's looking.
It's been 4 weeks since you called, and I've been waiting here for you all along. I've been waiting here for you all along. Where you been? Where did you go? I wonder if you found what you're looking for. Wonder if you found what you're looking for. I hope it's not too late. I want you back here with me. We never should have said it's better this way. I'd rather be with you than someone I don't know. Now it's like we're living in two separate worlds. Come on back to me, say that you won't go. I can't cope without you and I wanna hold you close. Say that you won't go. Say that you won't go.
So that is the house tour. My office chair is squeaking a little bit. I think I'll turn it over later and try and see if there are any loose screws in it or something like that. Yeah, so what is different between this house and the other? They are both one bedroom houses. The rent is the same. The only different thing is the water situation. So in the other house, of course, I was the one that used to pump water for the guys in the apartment block, and we had a well in the basement and two very big tanks on the roof, so the water situation was taken care of. Here though, the water situation is a bit tricky. Water comes maybe 2 or 3 times in a week, and there are no tanks on the roof or anything, so I will not have a shower, and that is one thing I'll miss about the old house. So no more singing in the shower. And what I'm about to do also is about to buy water storage containers. So that gives me 200 liters. I think once I've stayed here for about a month or so, I'll have the water situation figured out. I was joking with a friend that being a man is always solving problems, and it comes with the territory. We have to solve these things. And the funny thing, we were joking with that friend of mine. His name is Jaduong. I call him Jaduong and he calls me Jaduong. We were joking with him and we were saying that a man has to be always solving a problem, that even when they have solved all their problems, they invent problems for themselves to solve. And you see it all the time. This is the place now. This is the new headquarters. I'm so grateful that I was able to find it. So last week's video, I spoke about failing my driving test and the comment section was crazy. The things guys were saying in the comment section. The comment that I wanted to highlight, and this is therefore the freedom comment of the week, is by one Decode One. We all stumble through life. I've personally failed 2 international exams, but I wake up every day, keep showing up like an unpaid intern with blind optimism. Thank you for that comment, Decode One. No one has all the answers. That is what makes our human endeavor so, worthwhile, that despite everything, we keep on keeping on. That is why anyone who says we are evolved monkeys or chimpanzees must not be very wise. I like how William Shakespeare put it in one of his poems, Hamlet, I think. What a piece of work is man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. That's a beautiful way to put it, yeah? Who is Nyau?
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kind of feel like...
I'm hoping that the previous tenant will see this house and they will know it because they used to live here, and they will come back for Nyau. That previous tenant wouldn't even need directions, because after seeing this house they'll just know where this place is. They can come back and collect Nyau, right? Right guys, so let us talk about the court matters and where we are with that. I think it's been a very long time since we spoke about that. Starting off with the small claims court matter. You guys know that we had a ruling some time back. I won and the other party appealed the case. The appeal, of course, is in the High Court. I was informed by my lawyer that the appeal has been scheduled for a mention on 16th of October 2025. That's still a long way off. I think at this point I'm resigned to the fact that these court matters will take a long time. I don't know how appeals go, but I'm thinking that documents will be filed and the High Court will look at the matter and, you know, issue a ruling again. What about the alleged defamation matter? Right now I'm on the judiciary website. We have something called the public kiosk, which is a place people can go to check the progress of their cases. So I just click on the public kiosk, then of course you select a station. Mine is Milimani commercial, and then we search, and then we of course continue in English, and then of course you see we have the Milimani Small Claims Court and we have the Milimani Commercial Magistrate Court. So I had matters in both these cases. The alleged defamation matter is in the Milimani Commercial Magistrate Court. We select that and then we select the Magistrate Court Civil. Mine is a civil matter. So my case is MCCC Magistrate Court Civil Case. And then of course I enter the case number and the year, which is 2024. Then I can tap to see the details of the case. I'm able to see the summary of the case, the parties. But really what I want us to focus on is the case activity. So as you can see, we were to have a ruling on 2nd of April, and the outcome is we had an adjournment, and then the ruling proper happened on 4th. This is supposed to be 4th of April 2025. And as you can see, the outcome field is blank. So we are still not sure about the contents of the ruling. But what we know about this matter is that we're supposed to appear before the judge who this case has been assigned to on 25th June 2025. On that date, I'm thinking the court will give us directions for pre-trial. At that point, then what happens is both parties are supposed to say whether they are ready for a trial, and then the trial can begin. So like I said, I'm resigned to the fact that these matters will take long, but as with all matters that have a beginning, they will have an end. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We are still in it. If anything happens that is major, I'll come and talk about it and update you guys on this channel. Right guys, so that has been this week's video. What I try to do on this channel is share with you my life as it happens. There's a video I made very many years ago, I think almost 4 years ago, when I was still living with an aunt of mine. And in that video I said that I'd share both the highs and the lows of my life. I think I'll play that, a very short clip from that video. This is my story and I intend to write it the best way I can. I promise not to show you only the good bits. I promise to show you all the bits. And this is part 1 of moving out. Right. I think I made that video when I was moving out from my aunt's house to go to Ngatarungai. and since then I've tried very much to stay true to that. So share with you both the highs and the lows, and you know, in the hopes that someone watching gets inspired, you know, someone gets encouraged. You know, we all know that life is not a bed of roses, eh? And what I'm trying to portray on this channel is just an authentic experience of going through life, stumbling along. You know, if there are good things, good moments, we will share them. If there are tough moments, of course, we will share them. Yeah, guys, so that's for this week's video. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think. You know, like the video if you liked it. If this is your first time to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you in the next video.